because this is one of those shows where it's like we should probably keep, no matter what we're saying, it's probably important because this was one of those SmackDowns where it's like, it wasn't a thing that happened on the show that wasn't kind of important.
This was an interesting show, gotta say.
Normally we get the leftovers on Friday, Greg.
Yeah, that's normally what we get. But it's been a week, Brad. It's been a week.
And why has it been a week, Greg?
I mean, in the world in general.
Oh, I thought you meant like, yeah. So let's hit the theme song and then we'll talk about, just wrestling in general, and then we'll get into the SmackDown.
All right.
Podcast and sports entertainment is Brad, the dad and father Greg, the SmackDaddies.
Hello, friends, and welcome to your SmackDown review for the Hub. I am Brad, the dad, and riding shotgun with me is my tag team partner. I was gonna say is your tag team partner. He's the tag team partner of the world, Greg, Father Feltham.
Let's see my son.
See, this is what happens when you talk too fast. Greg, this is like old time.
This is really what happens when you get a new tag team partner for a show and now you don't know, you're tripping over your own words, right?
Oh, well, we had fun. That was a good, listen, I know that I'm always Mr. Positivity when it comes to stuff, but.
Oh, that was a shitty show, dude.
Oh, I enjoyed it. I guess for me, okay, so I will always grade on a curve. So I took my notes while playing Pokemon because I'm currently playing through Diamond and Pearl. I have Pearl. I don't have Diamond. So I'm just playing through Pearl right now because I needed to order it because I was one Pokemon short to finish Arceus, and you can only do it with save data from that. And I was just like, oh, if I can find it on sale, and I've had it in a couple baskets, and then I went to look on Amazon, wasn't on sale. I got it from Shoppers Drug Mart for like $35.
Fair.
It's like this Nintendo, for those of you who aren't Nintendo people, nothing goes on sale.
No.
Like if you're buying, it's like, why do you buy stuff on launch day? Because it's never going to go on sale.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Can you hear that?
No.
My kids are super noisy. It's like, this is hypey time. So James going for a haircut in 15 minutes. My wife's going to go get groceries, and Maddie's just excited because first week of classes and no strike for her.
That's, based on here, that's kind of amazing in itself. So,
yeah. So for those who don't know, locally, we have one of our universities is on strike. So part of me is like, I get it. Like the university needs to make money. On the other hand, it's like, I feel bad for anyone who can't get a contract and you're just kind of rolling because they don't get benefits if they're sessional profs.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you I don't know how you do that today, unless
but these are the full-time profs that are on strike.
So if you're tenured and full-time, you're not on strike.
Okay.
But if you're not tenured, you're called sessional.
And full-time.
But you're full-time.
Yes. Yeah, because one of my colleagues, a goalie dad, who I spent the day with, also teaches, but he teaches like 2 or 3 classes a term.
Yeah.
Or 1 or 2 classes a term, sorry. And his right now is, he's still working, although I don't even know if it's in the same university, but yeah.
So some of the Dow professors aren't, and you imagine, okay, so can you imagine being a kid who came all the way to Halifax from somewhere else, and you did that, Greg. You went from Newfoundland. Imagine if you were still in university, you went all the way from Newfoundland to X, and not only there's a possibility of a strike, but you go, and then you have to go to all your classes the first week because some of your profs are on strike. The tenured professors, not on strike. The professors who are sessional or part-time. Some of them are on strike because they're not in the same union, which doesn't make any sense.
None of this. But, yeah. So that's that's the week. I mean, kids are back in school. Yeah, I'm in the middle. Last week, our dishwasher decided to give out, so we ordered one, and then that was supposed to be delivered yesterday, and then I got a call on Thursday saying, "Yeah, we're not delivering it now. We don't know when it's coming." So myself and my wife had to go out and buy a new dishwasher, like off the shelf last night at Costco, and get someone now on Tuesday to come in and install it for us. So it's that, and some busy stuff. That the dog ended up getting sick at 4:00 this morning, so we've all been up, and we had ice this morning, so we were up early anyway. But yeah, it's been a day already, man.
It's you need a nap.
I do. I'm definitely going to need a nap. But there was one thing I did want to talk about that's been driving me.
It's wrestling news related.
Yeah, hit it. Okay. How dumb is WWE?
I don't know how dumb is WWE. This feels like a knock-knock joke.
It does feel like a knock-knock joke, but WWE announced this week John Cena's last match in Boston is not going to be December 13th, like we've all been led to believe. No. John Cena's last match in Boston is November the 10th. He's going to do November 10th in Boston and November 17th at Madison Square Garden for his last matches. And have you heard now the latest rumor of where John Cena's last match is?
Yeah, I heard it might be Saudi Arabia Royal Rumble.
No. It's still going to be December 13th. It is planned to emanate from a place that's been very, very important to John Cena's career. In his 30 years that he's been wrestling, he's had 23 matches in this place.
Las Vegas.
Hold on. His most recent one, Brad, was from, let me take this back to you, from 9 years ago. Okay. WWE Battleground, where he was in a 6-man match where he teamed with Big Cass and Enzo Amore to take on the club of AJ Styles, Carl Anderson, and Luke Gallows.
Okay, I have no idea where this match took place.
The one before that was a year before, where he was there in town for a big United States title championship, where Cesaro defeats John Cena, the champion, by DQ. And then the one before that, a year before that, was a 4-on-3 handicap. John Cena, Roman Reigns, Sheamus defeat Alberto Del Rio, Bray Wyatt, Cesaro, and Randy Orton. It's in that place that's been so important to John Cena's career. Washington, goddamn DC.
You're just mad because we almost bought tickets for the SmackDown event and went down to watch it.
But why would you go to Washington, D.C. for his final match? Like, it makes absolutely no sense. I almost pulled out, by the way, his 2012 super important match where he defeated David Otunga in 5 minutes and 5 seconds.
Hey, maybe, do you think Enzo and Big Cass get an invite to this?
I doubt it.
Okay, so...
But, like, why Washington, right? Like, I get, okay, so... I could have probably even come on board with what happened last night in the show where he had this stuff about Chicago. Maybe there's an argument to be made about Chicago. We'll talk about that in a second. Boston obviously seems a logical one. I believe he lives in the Tampa area. I mean, you could look potentially at a Tampa show. But why Washington, D.C. for a special John Cena retirement PLE or Saturday Night's Main Event? Like, what's the pull for Washington? It makes absolutely no sense.
I can tell you what it is. He's probably starting filming in December.
Filming for what?
Whatever his next project is.
Sure, but I mean, like, just the town doesn't make sense to me. Why it would be DC? DC is not, I don't know, dude. Like, when this got announced, I was like, what the hell are you doing?
Okay, I got a better one for you. The other news I've heard this week is something's up with Piper. And saw on the dirt sheets and, not reliable sources. There were two things. One, Nikki Bella is apparently, she may have done some damage to Nikki during one of their interactions. And then the other one, of course, is Nikki. I just mostly want to talk about Nikki Bella. So this was something that I heard. And then, of course, on her podcast, she called out Wade Barrett for like criticizing her wrestling on the PLE, saying she might be a little bit rusty. And it's like, why wouldn't you just talk to somebody in person? Like I've heard two rumors now involving Nikki Bella, and it feels like she's, they used to call them divas. This feels like a diva move, like to go out and talk on the internet about people.
Yeah. I mean, they've smoothed it over since, but I mean, Wade Barrett wasn't lying. Like, you could see that she was not where she probably needed to be to do that event. And I mean, the disaster kick off the ropes, I guess, kind of makes sense, because you could say, well, she is rusty, and she, thank God that Becky didn't sell it, because then it's like, well, you expected your person to be there. Becky has, done her homework, and you could kind of talk that one away. But the spot on the announce desks, yeah, man, that was.
So I really feel that this is a WWE issue, not a Nikki Bella issue. I think bringing her back is a great idea. I think either putting her in NXT in a faction where she can have two girls that she gets over and she wrestles pretty much as 6-mans and tag matches, or on the main roster, something like that, where she is not having to be out there. Like, she can do a hot tag. She just can't do a whole match, and not a PLE match where it's like 20. All those matches were long on that show. So and this is somebody who is, I want her to, like, I get it. WWE has wrapped their arms around her. They're trying to get her through her divorce. They're giving her something else to think about. Good for them. On the other hand, where's Paul Heyman? I feel like that's a sound clip I need at some point. Accentuate the positives, hide the negatives.
I'm assuming he's still in a hospital bed in Paris.
Oh, that was a rhetorical question. I just mean, the old Paul Heyman saying, accentuate the positives, hide the negatives.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least in my head, that's where he is. He's still in the hospital bed in Paris. So
he's there eating baguette, drinking really good coffee, good cheese, and being like, why the hell am I going home to take bumps?
I'm assuming that they still feed you French wine in hospitals in France. So
and if you can't drink it, they put it in an IV bag.
I would assume.
All right, I know you got a time crunch, Greg. So do you want to get to this? This was a great SmackDown. So let's just put that out there. I am definitely going to watch this. I watched this SmackDown with rose-colored glasses, knowing that we were going to get an amazing SmackDown, and it was even better than I thought it was going to be.
I thought so. I watched this SmackDown partially last night, partially this morning. That I actually enjoyed the way I watched it, but all right, let's get into this.
So we're going to start with a rundown of the card. That's how the show started. And then, of course, recap one. Hey, Greg, there was a PLE this weekend that you hated.
Yeah, there was. So
if you want a full review, that's on the feed. So go back, listen to it. Eric and I break down SmackDown. We broke down the PLE, and we had two different experiences of it. I don't know. It was like this. I did the same thing you did, Greg. I watched this. My wife and I watched a couple movies. So I started watching this around 10 and then basically got into bed, put it on, took some notes while watching it, and watch until I fell asleep. And when I started getting dozy, it was right after Brock Lesnar. So that's a spoiler. I don't care. This show, if you didn't know, looking at this card, if you didn't know that Brock wasn't going to be on this show, you were an idiot.
Yeah, that was the big return on this show. So we'll talk more. We'll talk more on this as we go.
Let's start with John Cena. John Cena comes out for his last SmackDown, and the fans in here were basically putting John Cena over. He can't talk over the fans. Eventually, he forces his way. He said he has no plan for his promo, and he's not used to getting this kind of love from from Chicago, because usually he points at two guys in the front row. The chants are F you, Cena. Greg, did you expect Chicago to give him so much love?
I did not.
I think people have we've all gotten swept up in the warm and fuzzies of the John Cena goodbye.
Yeah, amazing. You wouldn't have said that, a month ago.
I think right now that he's a face, we're all just going to give him as much love as possible, because the reality is he's never going to be really gone from WWE. He's just not going to wrestle anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fair.
He'll be a brand ambassador. And now that he is over like Rover in Hollywood, people are just like, this guy's great. And he's basically, he's an ambassador for the company. I love how he points out how Chicago chants for who they love, and then AJ Lee chants break out. And this becomes a theme for the night, because there is AJ Lee chants throughout this show. Yeah,
that would seem to happen with some frequency. So.
And then he reminds us that Chicago has a special place in his heart, because this is the place where he started the ruthless aggression era. He got a call out. He got a match with Angle, and he got put over by Undertaker. We didn't mention the fact that if he wasn't rapping on a bus in Europe, he might have been cut, but that's a whole different, we're not going to talk about what it could have and should have. And then out comes Sami Zayn, and Greg, hell froze over, because Sami Zayn somehow is a heel.
Yeah, I don't know what happened here. I was like, did I miss something from Raw? Because I obviously didn't watch Raw. I was like, wait, what?
He's not a heel. It's just they just wanted to celebrate John Cena. And I don't know why the fans didn't get it, because I knew it was happening right from the beginning. The moment Sami comes out and then he says, hey, I know everybody's loving you and I don't want to interrupt. However, I got my big break doing the John Cena Open Challenge for the US title. And now here I am, full circle moment. I am here in the ring with John Cena. And he neglected to mention, he threw his shoulder out of his socket before he wrestled that match and still had a great match. So he asked John for his permission to start the Sami Zayn Open Challenge. So now that's going to be a thing. I love it. That's a great gimmick for Sami Zayn, be the guy that the underdog who gives people chances. Underdiscovered talent. Yeah. Like I could see this as a way to showcase some of the guys in NXT. Like Trick Williams should be one of these people coming up.
So this was a little surprise to me, not this segment, but the whole finding out that this was John Cena's last SmackDown.
Oh, I knew going in. They talked about it a little bit today, but it makes sense. Like, I guess that he doesn't have any Fridays left. But the thing that doesn't make sense is the fact that there's Fridays before PLEs.
Yeah, we're not getting them.
So we're soaking it in. And then Sami says, you know what? Let's have a match. And I don't know how the fans didn't see this. I saw Cena. Cena's in gear. Sami comes out in gear. As soon as I saw that, I was like, we're getting the US Open title match.
So here's the thing, though. Cena's always in gear. Like, unless he's in a suit, he's always in gear.
Sami's not always in gear, though.
Yeah, I suppose.
So we got, Greg, impromptu, we got a US title match between John Cena and Sami Zayn. And I got to tell you, I thought there was at least a small chance that they hot charted this title to Sami just so he could lose it to Cena.
So I did not. I kind of saw this one coming as well, that, hey, we're going to get Sami and John Cena here. My only concern with this one was that why weren't we getting these type of impromptu matches with John Cena the whole time on his retirement tour? Obviously, when he was on his heel side, okay, that doesn't make sense. But I think this would have been a great use of John Cena in this last year if he's got, those 30 dates or whatever he had on his calendar, being able to use him for this type of, 10, 15 minute match, whether he wins or loses, but to go out wrestling is what I really kind of had hoped more from the John Cena retirement tour. So tonight was perfect. I love this.
And we get Sami and John. I love how they start. Basically, this whole match is them doing like mirror moves, couple of arm drags off the top. I was worried though, Greg, when he missed that leapfrog, I thought something bad was about to happen.
Yeah.
But this continues, dude. This was Zayn eventually gets driven in. He's dominating for the first little bit. He's driving him into the corner. And then pretty much out of nowhere, we get an AA. And that's only 2. And I'm like, okay, this match heats up. And I know there's a formula with John Cena. The new formula is big move, sell. Big move, sell. Does that take you out of the match at all? Because for me, I think John Cena's found a perfect formula for the fact that he's got some limitations at 50.
Yeah, I was okay with it. Like the formulaic PLE event where it's like you're doing the big move and then you're boring someone else's move and try that, like John Cena did the Styles Clash at Paris. I can't remember which other ones. I know the fans were chanting tonight for him to do an RKO.
He hits the pop-up power bomb he hits pop-up power bomb this as a little tip of the hat, considering it's Zayn, and we're not getting a Kevin Owens match because Kevin's hurt, and we also get an angle slam in Chicago. Like we got it was some great stuff. He even hits a GTS in Chicago. Yeah. Somebody went into the creator wrestler mode and turned all of John Cena. John Cena just has only finishers. He also got a spear. And I like how they were calling out Roman Reigns as his opponent. But come on, he did the spear. He squatted in the corner and did the hand up thing. It's like, okay, come on. That's Edge. That is not.
So honestly, when he was doing that, I wasn't thinking about Edge. I wasn't thinking about Roman Reigns. I was thinking about that guy who's going to come out in a little bit. So there was that, but you're absolutely right. Like it is this entire thing. When he was getting chanted for the RKO and he dropped down to his knees, I was expecting him to go pounding the mat like Randy Orton does prior to it. And I was like, oh, is he going to? But no, he didn't.
He slithers away.
Yeah,
and
he slithered, but yeah.
We get the yay boo fighting chant. And this all basically ends with John Cena hitting an AA off the middle rope. Sami goes flying. John Cena's not close. They're both selling. And then the drum beat hits and out comes Brock Lesnar. And Brock Lesnar with his cowboy hat. I like how when the pyro goes off, he takes his hat off and he just booms, puts his hat down. Poor Sami gets F5 just cuz. And then John Cena gets a series of F5s. Although some of the nicest F5s, Sami's F5, he went way up. John Cena's F5s, not so much. Brock was like, I am not hurting John Cena. I know my role. And yeah. And then I'll just finish the segment by saying after the commercial, he's in the back and he calls out John Cena and says, I'll see you at WrestlePalooza, bitch. That is a sentence I never thought I'd hear come out of WrestlePalooza comes out of Brock Lesnar's mouth.
WrestlePalooza, bitch.
Greg,
but surprisingly, that's not where we get tonight's episode title.
Yeah, well, I'm glad because WrestlePalooza bitch means that we cannot. I don't think we use that as a title in the podcast without a star or something, or we get flagged for inappropriate language.
Oh, the one we have for tonight though is kind of skirting the line.
Okay, long as you're only skirting the line, I don't want the YouTube gods to come get me. So, Greg, overall, this was amazing. There's no other ways. This was the best way to start the show. Yeah.
Couldn't have asked for it any better.
And of course, we have Alzheimer's. So recap 2. Everything again.
Yep.
Hello, once a U.S. title match from the sounds of things, but Miz comes in and they get a little bit of an argument about him keep getting cut off by when he tries to talk to Adam Pearce. The car arrives and the man's here. Becky Lynch is here. Is there a brand split?
No.
Okay, good. I thought I had Alzheimer's still because I get recaps and I forget that people are on certain shows.
No.
Aleister Black, dude. Aleister Black. He found a dark room to cut promos in again, and all is right.
Thank God. Thank God that he was able to find one.
So he came home and he thought everything was going to be great, but this place is still poison. He needs to get this poison out of the system. And even if it destroys him, he's going to get all the poison out. And Damian Priest, the problem is that you follow the rules and I don't follow the rules. I'm a badass.
Yeah.
it's like he has been in a closet for 4 years when he was in the other place and came back as the exact same character.
There's no evolving with the character that they did.
He needs to be on the other. He also needs to not be on the same show as the Wyatts.
Agreed.
Or he needs to be in the Wyatts. I don't care which one it is at this point. He just should not be on the same show. There's enough spooky shit on the show. Also, I think this whole tag division took the week off.
Yeah, you're right. Never even thought of that.
We just had Miz and Mello talk about them wanting a tag match, but that's it. There was no, like, there's 12 tag teams on this roster, and they're all like, go away.
Yeah, whatever. Get the night off.
Speaking of the night off, Aleister Black versus Damian Priest. Before this match starts, Priest gets beat up, and basically they allude that he has a concussion.
Yeah, which I'm not really a huge fan of, but.
And I'm like, this match isn't happening. But it does happen, Greg. Why is this match happening?
It does. I really was more excited to find out where in the world R-Truth was tonight. Like, where did he end up accidentally going to?
No, we don't get that. This match is nothing really happens until after the first commercial. The only thing that's funny is that Damian Priest takes a swing and clearly no one's there. There's after the second commercial, there's a razor's edge to the outside. He goes back into the ring, and we go to hit a choke slam or South of Heaven. Damian Priest has Aleister by the neck, and instead Aleister holds on to the referee, use him as a shield, and then there's a black mass, and that's it.
Yeah.
So 2 things. Does this help Aleister Black at all? He just beat a former world champion.
I don't think so.
And did Damian Priest piss somebody off?
Potentially.
Yeah, it's almost like Damian Priest, you've gone up, now you're going down. And the problem is Damian Priest is so good, but there's really no spot for him on SmackDown right now. Like, he is not quite in the world title picture.
Right.
But he's not in the US title picture. So he's feuding in the mid card.
Yeah, that's where we are. That's where we're living.
Maybe they can become a tag team.
Do you know what? Don't give them any ideas.
It seems to be the theme of this show. It's like everybody has a tag. And in all honesty, I think there's something to everybody having a buddy that they can team with. If you told me we were going to get Damian Priest and R-Truth as a tag team, then I'm down.
That wouldn't be bad.
Because if I get more R-Truth in my life, I'm good.
Again, don't disagree with that.
So next up, we have Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton. Drew says that Randy is just mad because he won't pull the trigger like Drew will. Orton says that he doesn't know what's coming for him. Drew says that WWE needs a real man like him, and Randy Orton and him are intercut doing their catchphrases.
Yeah, this is the worst promo I've ever heard in my life, because it was like the promo of the Alphabet song.
Neither. And this is setting up that they're going to wrestle next week. The show interest wise is going off a cliff next week.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. Norfolk, Virginia.
You're getting Norfolk, all right.
Yes,
because you're gonna get the tag teams. You might get Sami Zayn's open challenge. You're gonna get Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. In neither of us are in the world title picture right now because the world champion is off filming a movie. Actually, you know what? This is setting up something that should happen. We should eventually get Aleister Black, Damian Priest, Orton and Drew in a match together, and the winner gets Cody.
Well, that'll probably happen.
So it's Tiffy time, and okay, my autocorrect constantly turns Tiffy time into Stiffy time.
I mean, you can't fault it.
Tiffany is basically says that she thought she liked her own voice, but Jade actually likes her own voice more, and she keeps complaining. But she's going to take her out next week, and she's going to kick her right in the eye of the storm. So my question to you is, Doctor.
I was going to say, I believe the exact wording was, "My foot will be stuck up in her eye of the storm," which is where we get tonight's episode title.
My foot will get stuck up in the eye of the storm.
In her eye of the storm.
Okay, so Dr. Feltham, you play a doctor on a podcast now.
No, I am not a stuffed doll. I do not have the credentials of being a doctor.
Okay, then in your unprofessional opinion, where is the eye of the storm?
That's why we're skirting the line with this one.
Because we don't know what part of the anatomy the eye of the storm is. I mean, it could be the mouth. It
is not.
Oh, okay. Okay, so your expertise says it's not the mouth. Okay, good to know.
Yes, no, it's definitely not.
And this match is
for those who can help Brad understand where she's talking about. Feel free to DM him.
No. Just put it in the public chat.
You can even send pictures if you want.
No.
Just go ahead and share that with Brad.
Please don't. I don't need this explained to me. I'll, you know what? Maybe this will be a question. I have doctor friends now. I'll ask one of them. So I'll play this promo and go, could you please tell me where do you think the eye of the storm is? And I'll get them to pull down one of those little charts at their office where it shows the human anatomy and they'll point.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Jade then is in the back
on that next week.
I will report back. I'll ask a few medical opinions. I'll get a second opinion. Okay. So not a doctor. Also, Jade comes in and she's dealing with Nia. Nia says that they got lucky. And she says, Jade replies with, once I beat up the blow up Barbie doll, you can get your title match. Now either get out of my face or get these hands. And Nia just leaves. She's the smartest person in the show because she basically doesn't have to win matches, just mouths off to people and gets title matches. Brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, not wrong.
They better not give Jade this title. No way.
I hope not.
I hope this is a way to bring, we're missing Bianca Belair. I hope Bianca comes back and destroys good old, she destroys not Tiffy, but Jade. And
so, yeah, because we haven't seen her in a while, and maybe that is how Tiffany Stratton, kind of retains this. I don't know. But honestly, how many times have we seen Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton now?
It started earlier this summer when Jade won Queen of the Ring, and that built up to SummerSlam. And I don't care anymore. I don't want Nia to win this title. I don't want Jade to win this title. Bianca, I'm fine with. I just want whoever wins this title, it has to go on to somebody and give them a push. And I don't think Jade, I get that WWE's hot to trot with Jade. I don't get it. I really don't.
So here's what I'm just looking back here at Tiffany Stratton's cage match. Okay. So she obviously took on she took on Jade Cargill at SummerSlam.
Yep.
Right. Let's just put
she's undefeated this year. She won the title this year and she's not lost a singles match this year.
Okay. So going back, I'm just going to scoot back to beginning of this year. So since April 25th, they fought to a no contest on the 25th of April. On the 2nd of May, it was the tag team of Jade and Tiffany versus Naomi and Nia.
Okay.
On the 2nd of August, Tiffany Stratton beat Jade Cargill at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
Then on the 15th of August, in a dark match, Tiffy beat Jade at SmackDown.
Okay.
Then last week was it last week or 2 weeks ago? The 22nd of August, it was the Jade Tiffy versus Becky Nia in Dublin. And then since then, they've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 triple threat house show matches. Tiffy versus Jade and Nia. And of course, Tiffy's won them all.
Okay, so we need I think let's be positive and let's put some solution in. What if we traded a couple of our tag teams for some women? Because I think that's the problem on SmackDown right now. It's not that we don't have good wrestlers. With Bianca being hurt and Naomi going to Raw and then getting pregnant, it feels like it's the same people in this division. And it's terrible at the very top in the middle of this division too, because I mean, I love Michin. She's an excellent wrestler, but I don't think she's ever winning anything.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
And that's the problem with this division is that we have, and then that's it. Like, who else is in this division? We have the other contenders are Alexa and Charlotte, and they're in the tag team.
Right.
And the other people in this division that are also contenders are the Secret Service and Chelsea Green, and they're involved with the tag teams. So it's like all the women on this show are accounted for.
Yeah, pretty well.
And so we need a switch. We need some women from Raw to come over, or, give me 2 from NXT or something. I don't know. Like, there's enough women in this company. And I'm excited to have Bianca back just to have somebody else in the mix here.
Yeah. But it's just adding the same thing and just, rinse and repeat, right?
The only difference is that I think out of all the women in this division, I think Bianca, when you talk, Jade's not great. Naya's gotten better, but still not my cup of tea. Give me Bianca, because at least Bianca and Tiffany, I know we'll get a good match.
Yeah. We'll wait. We'll see.
Next week. So next week we got 2 matches that we're not looking forward to so far.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, this one maybe is going to be Bianca's return. Who knows? Let's
hope for it. And then, of course, Orton and MacIntyre, which will be a good match. The build up today was fumbled. And I think that part of that was the fact that there was so many better things. Like even Giulia versus Michin. I was more excited for this match than I am for, even though I know the outcome, than I was for Jade and Tiffany next week. And that's not because I don't like Tiffany or Jade. It's just that I knew this was going to be a killer match.
Yeah.
And it was a killer match. Giulia and Michin start off hot. And then right before the commercial break, Michin gets caught with a neck breaker onto the outside. They do the spot where they both hit each other with suplexes and then a bunch of slaps and kicks. Michin hits just a great cannonball into the corner. And that only gets 2. She tries for eat defeat. We get a Northern Lights bomb. That's only 2. Michin hits a power bomb. That's only 2. The distraction. So the only problem with this match was, and maybe it's because, Greg, I'm weird and I observe odd things. I saw Kiana James come out with her knee brace on. And from that moment on, the whole match, I was just waiting for her to interfere.
Right.
Because why is she wearing her knee brace if she's not going to take a bump?
Exactly.
So here's my pro tip. Kiana James, because I know you're listening, because you're a huge fan of the SmackDaddies. I've gotten your personal notes. Just wear your knee brace all the time. Like you're actually a real asset, I think, to this whole act, giving the heel an opportunity to do a distraction like you did in this match. And then we get the Arrivederci knee. But if you need the knee brace for matches and for bumps, then you have to wear it all the time.
I feel that.
So that if you get physical, we know. So yeah, and then after the match, loaded purse to the head. Where do we go from here, Greg? Like, who's next because Michin's gone. Is it BFAB? Is that who's next?
God, I hope not.
Because I'm looking around this division. I'm like, it's either Chelsea Green.
That was the one that was coming to my head.
Or we get Jade.
Or yeah, that could be a possibility. Do you really want though like a 3-on-2 with Chelsea and her Secret Service? Because I mean that's not gonna you're gonna need to tell the story of Kiana James with her. So I think it's got to be a 2-on-1 for a while. So Chelsea doesn't make sense to me.
So Nia Jax or Jade, which one would you like?
Oh,
yeah. Again, we desperately need, even if it's just like one-offs. I would love Kiana James to mouth off and say, nobody's here, and then bring me up. I don't know. Give me Parker. Give me Miss Parker from NXT. There's a lot of them that are down there. Give me Sol Ruka from NXT. Like, give me somebody from. There's a bunch of them down there that you could just bring up for a show and have a good match and have her win, because that's the thing about this match that really helped Giulia was that Giulia can go and Michin can go. And Michin is the problem with Michin for her whole career is that she is so good at putting people over that nobody wants to give her a chance.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
If they could I think they should just bring up a bunch of 2 or 3 NXT women to fill out this roster and give Michin a break. Send her to Florida for a while and let her win a title down there.
Good.
Okay, recap 3. So whatever is going on with Secret Harvest, this was the cover of that whole thing from last week in the match, blah, blah. Greg, this was one of the funniest things on this show.
This is your Dr. Lily segment?
Dr. Lily. I love Charlotte's there trying to get cleared and she's waiting for the doctor and in comes Alexa with Dr. Lily and they listen to Charlotte's heart and you can tell there's no script for this. This was just them riffing. She's listening to the heart and she's like, I'm trying to listen. And she goes, listen, I do. Charlotte looks at Alexa says, I do have a heart. You know that, right?
Yeah, it's in there. You know, there's one in there, right? Like, right. Yeah.
And basically the prescription from Dr. Lily through Alexa is that she just needs to rest her knee and they'll get their revenge when the time is right. And then Charlotte says, well, you know what? I need to heal. And Alexa slowly says, the power of friendship. And then Alexa leaves. And afterwards, Charlotte picks up the doll and says, so seriously, Dr. Lily, I'm not cleared? The show, like, who knew that Charlotte Flair had this in her, that she could be so damn likable?
Yeah, it's one of those things is like, was that on my bucket list to see Charlotte Flair being likable? I didn't think that was happening ever.
You know what we need now? We need Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Lily, R-Truth, and Little Jimmy all in one scene. I don't care. Just let them riff.
Oh, God.
Give them a camera and 45 minutes and see what we get.
Listen, don't give Netflix any ideas for a Netflix special.
Greg, main event is Seth Rollins. And in my notes, I write, Seth Rollins song plays and Becky's coming out. No, Seth Rollins is in a skybox.
Right.
And he comes out, the song plays, and I think it plays the whole commercial.
Yeah, probably.
I didn't watch the commercial. I just died. I was like, this is amazing. So Seth's here, and he's here to kill the legend of CM Punk, but he's not going to get rid of the fraud. He invites his hot Irish wife out, Becky Lynch. Not my type, brother. If that's what makes you happy, great, but not mine.
So what's really funny is I watch Netflix with closed captioning on always.
Yeah.
And Netflix still has her old theme in the closed captioning as what is being played when I know it's not.
Okay, her theme is growing on me. And also, I want to stand corrected. I think I may have indicated that at one point it was a Def Repple. It's a totally different song. So yeah, it's growing on me.
This new one is done by the Wonder Years.
Which is it makes sense. I just liked her old song a lot, but this,
yeah, me too.
This fits heel Becky.
Yeah, I think so. I think if it fits heel Becky, yes, I think that's accurate.
Chicago crowd does its job. They boo the crap out of this woman, and then Becky says, "This is because you're not used to winners, because all you're used to is losers." And she runs down every team, including the NBA player who we had highlighted earlier in the show. And my son happens to walk through the room as this is going on. And he's like, they're not wrong. Every team in Chicago sucks, and just keeps going.
I was going to say, I was waiting for a line from you, like, everything out of Chicago sucks besides that Pope guy.
Yeah, the Pope's great. I like my Chicago Pope, but he's half South American at this point. He may have been born in Chicago. He spent so much time in South America. I don't even know if he thinks he's from Chicago. And yeah, CM Punk's being from Chicago, things that kind of suck. CM Punk comes out and he gets in Becky's face and he says, "Do you not think I have friends? Do you not think I have people who could come in here and kill you?" And he points out his sister in the front row. And I just was like, why isn't his sister coming in? That'd been awesome. That would have been great. She should have at least jumped and had a security guard grab her. That would have been funny. I have friends. I could call my friend Bailey. I've watched Raw. She's having a personality crisis. I don't think you want that one. She's crazy. I know you like crazy, Punk, because we've seen your body count. Like, you like him crazy. I could call my friend Rhea Ripley. And again, I think she's got other things to do, Punk. But all the chanting all night long has paid off because Becky slaps the crap out of him. And he gets frustrated.
Hold on. At this point, I think I saw the WWE logo in the bottom, so I turned it off and just finished the show there. Because we were in Chicago, so I just assumed
nothing more is going to happen.
Sorry. I've been waiting for that since I saw it happen online, and I was like, this is just makes me laugh and think of Brad and his CM Punk return.
Yeah, good old Sean Burkhead. You should have put that. I know you joked earlier that you were going to put that. You should have sent it to Burkhead. Did you miss what happened last night because you turned it off? They set it up so perfectly. And then he leaves the ring and he goes and he smiles and he says, you know that I'll never put my hands on a lady, but I found somebody that will. And let's light it up, Greg. And
light it up.
Becky is amazing because AJ skips out and Becky flips out. She puts her title down. She is like panicked. And AJ Lee just happily skips all the way down and knows her role. She skips all the way around the ring and then puts her arms on the apron and just puts her hands between her face and smiles.
Okay, I hated that.
It is classic her. She used to do that all the time.
And I get that. But I mean, if you're supposed to be big coming out to be like the big, I'm going to kick Becky's ass, why are you skipping around the ring for like 2 minutes?
Because she's a psycho.
Sure. But I mean, you can do psycho next time. This should be, I'm here to kick your ass.
No, I love the fact she went psycho. She went like that and played it out, let the crowd get it all out of their system. Then she rolls in the ring. She beats the crap out of Becky. Becky sells like she's running from the Undertaker. And eventually runs away, leaving her title in the ring for the rest of the segment. And when her husband comes down to help her, the Punk is standing by. And I don't know if he caught this. While AJ is skipping around the ring, I missed this part. You can see in the background, when she gets in the ring, Punk is flipping off good old Seth Rollins. He's got his middle finger up on broadcast.
Yeah, no, I did not catch that.
I hope the censors didn't catch it either. I was dying. And at this point, after she got all her licks in, after Punk gets in the ring with her, Seth is helping his wife out. And then Punk just opens his arms and and AJ comes wind sprinting over and just jumps into his arms. They have a cute moment. Seth is dragging his wife out because she's out unconscious and he puts her over her shoulder. And we're getting a spousal match.
Yes. So I'm assuming, and this, by the way, was completely spoiled by WWE earlier this week when someone asked online why there's no AJ Lee merchandise available in the shop, and the WWE shop responded by saying, "Don't worry, we expect to have some in prior to the match of WrestlePalooza."
Well, her merch is online now, so.
Yeah,
I don't care. And also after this, you got a segment released with Triple H on his Twitter where he is meeting AJ earlier in the night and getting her to sign her contract.
Yeah.
So she's officially signed. I assume some sort of legend / appearance deal / couple of matches. I don't know if we're getting a full AJ Lee run or if we're just going to get this. I kind of want to have a full run. Like let her get a title. Like she can't do worse than Nikki Bella.
Well, I hear one person online that wrote that there's one man we should be thanking for the return of AJ Lee. And it's not CM Punk. It's not Triple H. It's scapegoat Jack Perry.
Oh, explain this one.
Well, Jack Perry and CM Punk got into the fight, which got CM Punk fired, which ended up getting him back to WWE, which brought in AJ Lee.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jack Perry, congratulations. Also, let's be honest. When Jack Perry's contract's up and he's really good and AEW doesn't know what to do with him, he's going to end up in WWE too. And him and CM Punk are going to bury their beef. And don't kid yourself. I could see a CM Punk Jack Perry tag team down the line.
Oh, God.
Tony Khan, I can hear Tony Khan like just flipped his furniture as he's listening to this podcast later going, you bastard. Don't plant that out in the universe. Greg,
Right.
time to play Miss Big Voice song because it's a synopsis.
This is your SmackDown synopsis.
So we both watched the show this morning and we're going to dedicate the synopsis to the hub. And yeah, go listen to the other shows in the hub. I know that we're having a little issue with Raw due to some health challenges. So we'll get back on track shortly, I'm sure. And shout out to Randy. We love you, Randy. Most important thing is that you get better and everything else is bonus.
Yeah.
So let's run through this show. I don't know what we're cutting, Greg. Honestly, I don't think there's much to cut.
Oh, I'll find something. Don't worry.
Cena and Chicago.
No, we're going to keep the whole Cena, Zayn, Chicago, Brock Lesnar part.
So 35 minutes of this is awesome. And let's see, what would be the right sound effect for this? Let's go with this one.
The goddamn national treasure.
He is a goddamn national treasure. Or I guess
Yeah.
You are the greatest of all time.
And
Fair
let's all enjoy. And thank you. We're not going to get a chance to John Cena again. So just unless we end up on a PLE. So just thank you, John Cena. I think this was, I've enjoyed this run.
Yeah.
And it's going to hold a special place in our hearts because we were there the night you turned heel. And even though that may not have been the best heel run of all time, I've waited 20 years for that.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, Greg, I think let's talk about Mello and Miz in the back with the arrival of Becky Lynch.
Yeah, that can all be cut.
Oh, Greg. Seriously?
Yeah, don't need it.
Oh, no, wait. This is something you get the hell out of. Aleister Black in a dark room.
Do you know what? The whole Aleister Black, Damian Priest thing, all of it I'm cutting.
Oh. My button got stuck. So I'm not booing you. I'm booing this whole thing. It was dumb. And the moment he pretended to have a concussion, we cannot fake concussions anymore in wrestling. That made me like, I don't want to see somebody pretending to have a head injury anymore.
No, fair. All right.
Oh, I know what else you're going to cut. Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton promo for next week.
The alphabet promo, yeah, we're cutting that one. But
Right.
I know why they did the alphabet promo, because ESPN is owned by ABC and ABC is the alphabet. So
Makes sense. What are you going to do with Tiffy time? And I'm going to say you have to put Nia Jax and Jade. All of that is like one big, that's basically.
yeah, we have to leave it because that's how I got our show title.
It's Tiffy time!
And next week we'll get a Tiffy match out of this. Although it's another time when you may have gone to a SmackDown and not see Tiffy at all.
Yeah. Yeah. That's sad.
I've skipped over this, so we can cut this one too. This was Becky in the back and Nicholas warning her not to cause any problems.
Yes.
Yeah, that was just like, we needed something. Oh, Greg, how about Giulia and Michin the match?
Honestly, I think I can cut this. I don't think it really added anything to the show here.
No, this time the boo is definitely for you. It gave us a match, Greg, and we desperately needed matches on the show because we basically, if it wasn't for that match, we would have had 2 matches on a 2-hour show.
We've had worse.
We definitely have. What do you want to do with Charlotte and Alexa?
Oh, I love this. This should have been longer.
This should have been like 3 hours, Greg. This was one of those.
Acknowledge me.
This would have been one that I think you could have done over a couple of segments with Dr. Lily. Dr. Lily ordering x-rays.
I now want them to lean into this. Let's get a costume for Lily that you can sell on WWE Shop as an add-on to the Lily doll you've already purchased. What? You're looking at them crazy. They're American.
No, the look is, dear God, don't give them more ideas.
You can have all kinds of outfits. They should have a different outfit for every city for Lily, and it can be like the American Girl dolls.
Oh God!
How do I know this? I have a daughter who's got slightly obsessed with them. Doll? I had to when I was in Dallas for that work trip. I had to go to an American Girl doll store where my daughter opens up a map on her phone, and we do a thing where I walk around the whole store, even though she knows exactly what she wants, just so that she could have the experience. That's the kind of dad I am. Okay.
Why don't you just drive her down to Boston?
Because I'm not that smart. We should definitely go to Boston. All right. Seth Rollins versus Becky Lynch. Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, AJ Lee return. This is that whole. I'm actually going to put all of this stuff together.
That last segment. No, we got to keep that.
Oh yeah, this is one of those. Yay! I'm so happy. Oh, I know. I'm going to give you a little bit of this one.
This is exactly why I say I'm all gas, no brakes with it.
It was all gas, no brakes. That was a great segment. And there was another guy. Like the whole bloodline disappeared from the show.
Listen, I'm not sad on that one at all.
Greg, this was your SmackDown. You got John Cena and Sami Zayn. You got one match that if it wasn't maybe a fake concussion, it was an okay match. You had a great match with the women, even though it was kind of filler. And you got all kinds of storyline progression. This was like the most eventful SmackDown of the year, I think.
Yeah. That's what I think we've got up to this point.
Which means we're screwed because this is the high point.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we have, by my count, another dozen or so SmackDowns between here and the end of the year.
Yeah. Somewhere around there.
So when we do like some sort of Christmas special or year in review, this will go down as the show that I think I will say is the best show of the year.
Yeah, that's probably where we're leaning into at this point. We'll have to wait and see.
We still managed to cut things. So again, always recommend watch the show a little bit on Friday, rest of it in your jams the next day while eating breakfast. And in the meantime, in between time, check out the rest of the hub. We will have more shows later on, some more things that were coming up. And of course, we keep teasing this announcement, and I feel like people think we're making it up, but there is a big announcement. We're just waiting for our fearless leader to get back to full strength. And once she is, oh boy.
Yeah, our business is about to pick up. So, but
we're also going to call shotgun on something. Okay. Greg, if in 2 weeks there's going to be a show about WrestlePalooza, I am calling shotgun on doing the WrestlePalooza show rather than the AEW show.
Yeah, I don't know my availability for that show in 2 weeks. So
even if you can't, Greg, I'm calling shotgun on doing it with. I'm just saying, not it for the AEW show, because the AEW show, that was the other news of the week. AEW moves out of the way, Greg, and so that we can get WrestlePalooza by itself.
I was going to say I have an early morning the next morning to travel, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch that show or if it's one I've got to download and watch on a ferry later. So we'll have to wait and see.
Oh, that's right. You'll be on going to visit mom.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, let's get out of here and we can put this
talk about this stuff. We'll figure this out off air. But so thank you again for listening. Thank you for your support and your love. And do not send me any pictures about where.
Brad definitely needs pictures to try to help him determine where this place is that he's looking for where a foot may be stuck in her eye of the storm.
I'm going to kill you, Greg. Goodbye, friends.
Listen, that's it. That's all you, buddy.
The revolutionary podcast in sports entertainment. Bob and Greg and Brad, the dad bless you all with the lovely tales. A Friday night, SmackDown and beyond. Go to the outer limits of your mind with the SmackDaddies. in sports.